Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing is first, I'm going to go ahead and take my favorite primer at the moment, which is from Benefit Cosmetics, and it's the Air Patrol Primer. You all know that I love this primer because I use it on pretty much all my tutorials. I'm going to apply this primer on both lids, working it up towards the brow bone. And with my finger, I'm just warming up the product, making sure that it sets really well. Now my brows are already done, so I'm good to go there. To set the primer, I'm going to go ahead and take Makeup Forever's translucent powder, and with a blending brush, making sure to blend it really well. Now I'm taking Makeup Geek's eyeshadow in Peach Smoothie. This is my transition color. I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over my crease, making sure to blend. Now this part is optional, you don't have to do this, but now I'm just taking 2 pieces of tape and applying them on my eyes. I want to get a nice, clean, crisp line. So moving on, I'm going to take Morphe Brush's 35O palette, which is one of my favorite palettes of all time. I'm taking a orangey brown shade and applying this into my crease, making sure to blend really well. Now blending is key, so make sure you take your time and blend these colors out. Now with my 35C palette from Morphe Brushes, I'm going to go ahead and take both the olive and green shadows and apply both of these on the outer corner of my eye and in the inner corner of the eye. Now make sure that you're not applying these shades in the mid-lid, just because we're going to be applying another shadow later and we don't want the green to interfere with that shadow. Now I'm using a flat shader brush to apply the shadows, so any flat shader brush that you have at home will work. I couldn't really give you an exact name brand for the brush just because I've had this brush for such a long time that, you know, the name and the number had rubbed off. So, you know, like I said, any flat shader brush that you have at home will work. Now taking a Luxie Beauty eyeshadow in the number 29, and this is a dark brown eyeshadow. I'm going to go ahead and take this shade and apply it right over those 2 green colors, and making sure that I apply it on the outer and inner corner of the eye. Now this shadow is going to go ahead and darken up those shades just a tad bit more, and be very careful when you apply this shadow. Next, I'm going to apply MAC Humid. This shade is actually a shimmery color, so I wanted to go ahead and kind of give this look a little bit more of a shimmery effect. So we're going to go ahead and place this color right over the other 2 green shades. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to go ahead and take Cailyn Cosmetics Loose Pigment in the shade Copper. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this loose pigment right in that mid-lid. And you want to be very careful with this loose pigment just because it is shimmery and it tends to get all over the place, just like glitter. So just be very careful when you apply this. Now you don't have to use a specific one. If you have another loose pigment that you want to use that is gold or coppery, then you can go ahead and do so. Now taking my favorite liquid eyeliner from NYC, I'm going to go ahead and carefully start drawing in my eyeliner. Now I like my wing to look long, and I also like my eyeliner to look thick, but given my eye shape, I can pull this off. Now if you're someone that has a very small eye or has a hooded eye, I probably would recommend you know, taking your eyeliner as far as I'm doing here. You might want to just keep it short and simple. Now it's time to take the tape off. Now you want to go ahead and just remove this very carefully. You don't want to rip this right off and take some of your skin along with it. So be very careful when you're doing this. So now it's time to apply some lashes. Now my favorite lashes are Ashley from Flutter Lashes, and As you apply these lashes, you want to make sure the glue is tacky and pretty much dry before you apply them. And I like to apply them with tweezers. I like to start with the middle and then applying them from side to side, pushing them in, and this is probably the best method on applying lashes. It will take some practice, but I guarantee you will get it. Now I'm going to go ahead and start prepping my skin. I'm going to apply my favorite moisturizer, which is Embryolisse. And now I'm going to go ahead and color correct with my favorite palette, which is Makeup Forever Flash Palette. I'm mixing both the red and the yellow to make an orangey shade, and I'm going to apply this right underneath my eyes where I have some discoloration and also around my lip area. Using my two favorite foundations at the moment, which are Makeup Forever and MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I'm going to go ahead and mix these two together, and this is what's going to be my foundation for today's tutorial. Taking a flat kabuki brush, I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation in patting motions, and I'm also kind of setting it as I'm applying it. And I find that this is the best method to apply foundation just because it gives you a nice, smooth, even finish. Now taking my two favorite concealers in Beautiful Bronze and Creamy Beige from LA Girl Cosmetics. And I'm going to start with Beautiful Bronze for my contouring. Now you want to work very quickly with these concealers because they do tend to dry out very quickly, and if they sit for too long they tend to crease. So you want to blend them out as fast as possible. So now taking my beauty blender, I'm going to go ahead and start blending out the cream contour. Okay, now taking Creamy Beige, I'm going to go ahead and apply this right underneath the eyes, on the forehead, down the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, and also on my chin. Again, because these cream concealers do tend to dry out quickly, you want to work really fast. Now taking my favorite translucent powder from Mercier, I'm going to go ahead and set all the areas that I highlighted with a damp beauty blender. Now I'm going to go ahead and let this powder sit for about 5 to 10 minutes before wiping off. Now to set my contour, I'm going to go ahead and use the MAC Studio Fix Press Powder in the shade NC43. Now this is also going to act as a bronzer. Next, with my Morphe blush palette in the number 9B, I'm going to take that top shade and I'm going to use this as my blush. I'm going to make sure that I blend really well so that there are no harsh lines. With my favorite illuminator at the moment from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade So Hollywood, I'm going to go ahead and start to highlight. Next, I'm taking a shade from Urban Decay called Sapphire, and I'm going to apply this in the inner tear duct and on the brow bone. Okay, so on my lips, I'm wearing a Gerard Cosmetics Liquid to Matte Lipstick in Serenity, and I'm also using a MAC lipstick called Cream Cup. Okay everyone, so this is the final look. I hope you all liked it. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time.
Don't try this yourself. It's extremely dangerous.